Hey everybody, this is Chewy Plays Nintendo, and today we're going to be talking about the latest rumor about Animal Crossing Switch. So this rumor comes from Lootpots, and they say they have a source that is saying that Animal Crossing could be coming in Q1 of 2019. They also said that it could even be early Q2. So they are thinking around March and April is what they put on the site. One thing that I guess I don't really understand is if this rumor is based on Nintendo's timeline or just a regular old timeline. So typically, people would expect Q1 of 2019 to be January through March of the year. However, Nintendo starts their quarters, well, they end their fiscal year in March. So technically, Q1 for Nintendo is April, May, June. So more of that springtime kind of time zone. So I guess I'm wondering if they are assuming they mean by the year or if they mean by Nintendo's year. So I'm not really too sure on that. But regardless, I have gone on record to say that I personally don't think Animal Crossing is going to be around as early as spring. I think Animal Crossing I feel like it's going to be summer at the earliest. So I guess in one way, if they're following more of if they're following more of Nintendo's timeline, they could mean that, March, I guess April, May, June would be Q1, and then Q2 is kind of like July, August, September. So I guess it kind of fits where I think the only way that I guess I just feel like Animal Crossing is coming out summer at the earliest. I don't see it being a spring title just because Nintendo already has two kind of big games already on the docket for spring. We have not Animal Crossing, sorry. We have Fire Emblems, Three Houses, and Yoshi's Crafted World. So there are already two games coming, and yeah, I guess I'm not sure if they want to put a third big game in there, but maybe they do. I mean, they could have just big plans for 2019 in general, so they could have a lot more on the way later in the year, but I guess I just find it strange for Nintendo to kind of announce a game as big as Animal Crossing, just because Animal Crossing is a big game. It's a very good seller for Nintendo. It moves units, it gets some good sales, so it's kind of a major title. And I just feel that it's strange to have a big title like that get announced for the first time in like a September Direct, and then we didn't even get a trailer or anything. We just got essentially a teaser. They let us know that it's on the way, and it's coming 2019. That's essentially all they told us, but I guess what's strange to me is if we see a trailer, say, January, February, and the game came out in March, I feel like that is too short a time. March, I know the Nintendo Switch came out in March, and that is still like a weird month for people. They don't really expect any major video games to be coming out around that time, but I don't know. The Nintendo Switch kind of worked, but I feel like a console is a bit different than a game. But I don't know. I guess I just wonder what they're thinking in terms of a release date. I just still am kind of holding to that thought that I'm just gonna not set my heart on an early release date, because if it's later, I know I'm gonna be disappointed. So I'm trying to avoid that disappointment. That's where I'm coming from here. But it is interesting. I don't know, I guess, who their source is or where they got the source. And for all we know, it could just be a rumor that they created, get some publicity, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. And the internet is, it's just one of those places where it can be right and it can be wrong. It can be misleading at times. So it's hard for me to believe it. But yeah, so it's interesting. I do think, though, that if they're going by Nintendo's timeline, I think in that sense, like a late Q1, early Q2, like late June, early July, I feel like that could be a release date for Animal Crossing. A lot of people really like playing the game during the summer. A lot of people see that, kids who love playing the game can get a lot of time with it. Whereas, during the school year, they're busy with homework. They might not get the chance to play every day, kind of how Animal Crossing is a little bit, it's meant to be played kind of a little bit every day. So you make a little bit of progress in the game each day. But yeah, I guess that'd be a good time to release it. But I don't know. I guess I'm hesitant to believe in these rumors. I suggest you all be hesitant as well, because the only true news about this we're going to get is when Nintendo finally announces what the release date is, which is pretty interesting. On a side note, another little thing I wanted to mention was that there's another kind of rumor going around. I think this one was started by the Wall Street Journal, so a little bit more of an authority, a little bit more of a trusted resource, but they are saying that there could be another Switch system in the works. And I guess really quickly I wanted to say what I would like it to be, not so much what I think it would be. One of the things I talk about a lot with Animal Crossing New Leaf, or just like this latest handheld game, is that I'm really going to miss things like Street Pass. I'm going to miss things like the camera to read QR codes. And I guess that's one of the things I would wonder I'd wonder if it's going to be a revision that they make to add a camera to the Switch. I don't really know, just because they already have a Joy-Con which kind of has some camera functionality, so I don't know. It's hard to tell, but regardless, if the rumor for that says that they're going to come out with it in the second half of 2019, and I think it'd be really interesting to see a bundle of Animal Crossing Switch with that revised Switch console. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess this to me just kind of points like, if you want a major game to come out with a new console, I guess a new hardware revision, I feel like Animal Crossing would be a good opportunity for that. So for me, I don't know. I feel like it makes more sense to wait to the second half of 2019 for Animal Crossing. But yeah, I guess I'm not sure. It does say in the article that 2019 Q1 could mean as early as March and April. But like I said, the spring kind of calendar for Nintendo is just looking too full to me. I don't see there being like a lot of room, unless, there's not a lot that we know that's coming out in 2019. There could be a lot more. But right now we already know quite a bit. Yoshi's Crafted World, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3, and probably a Generation 8 Pokemon game. So that is a lot of big stuff. We still have to hear about Metroid and Bayonetta, and that would be a packed year for Nintendo. Because 2018's kind of been a gap year. So with the thought of the rumor in mind, I do think there's one scenario where I would believe it to be true. And that is if we see a trailer for Animal Crossing Switch before the end of this year. If we saw a trailer, I would believe that, yeah, maybe if we give it 4 months at least to release, I think that's possible. But like I said, we would have to see a trailer before the end of this year. I think if we see a trailer in, say, a January or February direct, I think it's going to be a game that's planned for a little bit later on. But it could also be that big game that releases around E3. We've had Animal Crossing release around E3 before. Animal Crossing New Leaf released in North America, I think just before E3 2013, so it's a possibility. Anyways, these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you all think in the comments. Do you think these rumors are true? Do you think they're false? Are you excited about an early release date? Are you holding out for a later release date? Just let me know, and be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye!